Welcome to Cars, Golf, and Cigars. I'm your man, Kadon Sterling. Thank y'all so much for being here with me. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons on the bottom, hit every button you see to support this channel. If you like what I do, if you like the content, if you appreciate it, if you want to see more, comment, let me know. Let's engage, let's talk. Let's get this going here today. I really sat down. Well, not sat down. Let me say this. Driving a lot. You see cars on the highway, you see cars on the road, you see cars everywhere. And I started to think, what if I had to make a top five list of what would be the best 2025 cars for this economy, but still was cool, because all the cars ain't really cool. Still was cool. What would they be? Stay right there. We'll be right back. We're going to smoke and we're going to talk about it. And welcome back. Let's get right into it. My opinion of what 5 cars in today's economy, 2025, also under $40,000. What would they be? And would they be cool? I'm all about the cool. It's gotta be cool. And it has to make sense. So what are 5 cars that I think, being on the road so much, being on the highway so much, going through car issues so much, trust me, that's a whole nother episode about car issues part 2, coming soon, that I really sat there and I said to myself, I want to come up with my own list and think about it while we burn a stick and we talk about it, all right? And don't forget, please, if you have any opinions, put them in the comments below. Let's engage, let's talk about it. But before we do anything, we're going to spark this up. We're going to be respectful to the brothers of the leaf, to the sisters of the leaf, and to the cigar community. And we're going to get this going. Yeah, that's it right there. Because every car conversation is going to lead or end with a cigar conversation. Every golf conversation is going to lead or end with a cigar conversation. Now let's get into it. Now, these picks of mine are not in any order. It's not a number one or what have you, but I'm gonna list them. So they could be in any order to you. But one of the first things I thought about SUVs, I thought about people with big families, this, that, and the third, but what would be under $40,000 for this economy, but still would be cool when it comes to MPGs and still would be cool when it comes to specs and comfortability. So one of the first ones on my list is the Kia Carnival, and I wrote this down because I know I wasn't gonna remember everything. The Kia Carnival MPV, all right? The Kia Carnival MPV starts around $36,900, and that's the LX version, but it can go all the way to $50,000 if you get all the packages inside of it. I know it's hot, I'm sweating. Yeah, I know I'm sweating, it's hot, okay? But let me tell you what it has. 3.5 liter engine V6, okay? 287 horses and 260 pounds of torque. MPGs, because this is the big part about what makes it cool for this economy, and it under $40,000. 26 miles per gallon, and it seats 6 or 7 because the second row middle seat section actually can come out if you wanted to, or it can stay in, or it can come out if you want to make it cabin seats back there. Now, what I like about the Carnival for Kia is not really the outside spec. It's more or less of the inside spec if you go to a higher, if you upgrade it to a better spec, right? The leather package, the high tech package, now you around 43. okay? What I do like about it is the fact that the 2 captain seats in the back, if you get the leather package, I don't know about the regular, but the leather package completely reclines. 100% reclines like 2 single beds in the back. And then you still have a 3rd row. But it's also very cool inside when it comes to tech. You can hook this car up to Alexa from your house and start your car and start your air conditioning and open the locks and open the windows. It's so high tech, the more you look into it. You can control the whole car with your phone. You don't even need keys. You need no keys, just like with Tesla. You need no keys. Everything is done with your phone. Keys is optional, all right? But 26 miles per gallon, that's really, really not bad in today's driving economic society. Check it out right there. Let me know what you think. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like it, you dislike it. If you think it's cool, I think it's cool if you have a family. I think it's better to get that than to get a minivan. I hate minivans, and I'll go on record and say that. I do not like minivans at all. I don't care how many kids you have. I don't think minivans are cool visually. But I will say, if you drive in a minivan or if you sit in a minivan, it's comfortable as hell. But back to my list. Kia K5. Kia made the list again. Kia at this point has just made sense. But I'm going to go into that right after this. The Kia K5 sedan, okay? Starting at $34,000, offers all-wheel drive. That's a big deal, okay? 2.5 4-cylinder engine, 191 horsepower, 181 pounds of torque, 8-speed automatic, 27 miles per gallon city, 37 miles per gallon highway. That's good numbers. It makes sense. Now let me go back to why I picked the Kia K5 as a sedan. It's a cool spec. I think it's a very, very cool design, modern design for 2025, for this generation. It's not particularly my style of vehicle, but I respect the design on it. It's sleek, a lot of tech. Once again, Kia is really, really heavy on tech. And most importantly, it makes sense. If you look around to a lot of affluent areas, really do your research, right? If you go to a lot of affluent areas, not saying that they're not in more non-affluent areas, but you will start to notice, or at least I notice, maybe because I'm a car geek and I notice anything about cars and culture. A lot of people have traded in their BMWs for Kias and Hondas. A lot of people have traded in their Jaguars, their Range Rovers for Kias and Hondas. I'm telling you, look around, pay attention to people's driveways. Don't be a creep, but pay attention to their driveways, and you will see, if you know the area, if you know the neighborhood, if you know the people that live there, you'll realize that you're going to see a lot more Hondas and a lot more Kias in front of $700,000 homes that 5-7 years ago, you would never see that. You're only going to see what goes with the status quo. You got to have that Mercedes outside. You got to have that BMW outside. You got to have that Range Rover outside. You know, at the minimum, you got to have that Escalade outside. They are trading in. Those vehicles are high maintenance vehicles. These vehicles, Kia, 100,000 mile warranties. Not going to kill you 100, not going to cost you $100,000 to buy or to pay off. Super reliable because of the engines. The depreciation factor is real. They do not hold value. They don't. But a lot of the people that's buying them or leasing them, they're getting them brand new, driving them warranty free and also maintenance free for 3 to 4 years or 5, and giving them back with no headaches. They make sense in today's economy. They really, really do. But that's the Kia K5. Check it out right now. We'll be right back. It's a cool car. It's a very cool car. Speaking of cool cars, we're coming to you today from one of my cool cars, my 1998 740iL, which you already seen on the channel. You know I'm doing a lot of work on it. I'm still doing a lot of work on it. I got a lot of work to do on it. Man, I got a lot of work to do. All right, that's all I'm going to say. I got things in the works, but man, do I got some. We need a car forum just for people who have a lot of work to do on cars. I can vent all day about it, but it don't make no matter. Y'all didn't come here for that. Next on the list. Okay. And I actually like this design. I really do. I look at it, you know, they absolutely try to steal. Let's refrain from using such legal terms that can get you caught up in some kind of legal action. So let's not say steal. Let's just say they try to complement the Range Rover Sport by using suggestive designs from them. The Hyundai Palisade. Hyundai. I've only owned one Hyundai in my life. And that was my first stick, my first manual. And it was a hatchback. And it was a long time ago. Very long time ago. I think it was 94 or 93, something like that. I'm not sure. Don't worry about it. I know how old I am. I was there. But I learned how to drive on that car. I learned how to drive stick on that car. Now, the Hyundai Palisade. Once again, very cool spec, very cool design, okay? It's not a vehicle that you cannot not like when you see it, especially if you see it in a black, or I've seen it in a matte black, which actually caught my eye. And I'm not big on matte black on a lot of things, but I seen somebody with a matte black Hyundai Palisade. I don't know, it was paint, wrap, I don't know what it was, but it looked actually mean and vicious. They had 21s, black wheels on there. They definitely took off the OEM tires and put some different kind of rubber on there, and it looked husky. It really made the vehicle look different. But once again, why? 100,000 mile warranty. It's not gonna cost you $100,000 to own it. It's not gonna be in the shop every 5 weeks, 3 to 5 weeks, like most Range Rovers will be. Ask me how I know. And it makes sense. Now let's get to the specs, because this is why it makes sense. They started at 38,000, they go all the way to 55, but you can get a really good spec'd out one right at 40. If your cap is 40, you can get a good spec'd out one at 40. 38 is the base. You may not like everything it come with, but if you hit 40, you go $2,000 more, you get something special, for real. All right. Now, you can get the base model, which is a 3.8 V6. They all are 3.8 V6, even the top of the line, so I don't know why they make it seem like you can get something different. 3.8 V6 with a 291 horsepower engine. Not bad. Not crazy fast, but it's not supposed to be, but it's not bad. It really is. It's not bad. Okay, 262 pounds of torque. 8-speed automatic, which is great. While you're switching gears, you have plenty of gears to switch. All right. Standard, you can get front wheel drive, or you can option out for all-wheel drive, which is a big deal. You want that all-wheel drive. That AWD is, you want that all-wheel drive, okay? And it can sit up to 8 passengers. Now, MPGs is a little different on this vehicle because it's bigger, it's heavier. 19 miles per gallon for city, 26 miles per gallon for the highway. Now, some people may say, well, that's not as good as the other ones, and this, that, and the third. Let me explain something to y'all. For SUV, that's actually really good. It's a V6 too. It's not a V8. That's actually really good, okay? I wish I can get my truck up to 19 miles per gallon anywhere, okay? Anywhere. The best I do on the highway with my Lincoln Navigator is 17.1 miles per gallon on the highway. So you know, in the city, I'm doing damn near 12 or 13. But it's a big V8. I wanted the big V8. Most of my cars are V8s, and I like big V8s. So they burn more gas and they eat more gas, and you run through gas. It's what it is. Just, you got to pick which one you want. But if I had to go out today and I had to buy a travel vehicle that will be reliable, that I feel that I could just run it, and I'm only gonna stop at the gas station maybe twice, no matter where I go, it probably would be one of these vehicles right here. Because at the end of the day, economic wise, it's expensive to drive now. It's expensive. It's not like it used to be. Not saying it has to be, but man, between maintenance and gas, so that's why we made this list today. Check out that Hyundai Palisade right there. I'm gonna be right here. I'm gonna be smoking. I'll wait for y'all to get it. Welcome back. Let's keep it going. Next on my list, an absolute a winning brand for years. Probably one of the most reliable brands known to car history. Actually, you can't get away from them. They're going to be around forever. They've been around forever. They're going to always be here. And they are the go-to cars for a lot of industries, especially rideshare. The 2025 Toyota Camry. Now listen, hear me out. My whole entire car adult life, I've never been a Camry person. I never owned a Camry. I've never owned a Toyota. I have a lot of cars, 42 or 43 cars. I've never owned a Toyota. They always remind me of a school teacher. Every time I see a Toyota Camry, I think a school teacher teaching history or science is supposed to be driving that. But look at the 2025 Toyota Camry. Look at the Camry design for the last 8 years, actually. It's actually sleek. It's actually looking like they want to try to compete. Before, they knew they wasn't competing mid-sized vehicles with the BMWs, with the 5 Series. They knew they wasn't going to compete with that, but they had their own lane of customers, so they didn't have to. Now, they're looking a little more European. They're Japanese, but they're looking a lot more European, you know? They're looking a little more Italian, more than Japanese, I guess. But whoever's doing the new designs for the Camrys are doing a great job. And they really do look cool. Remember, we all about the cool on this channel. They look cool. And the specs inside It's a very nice vehicle. It's a great 4-door sedan. Okay, let's get to the specs on it though. Why I feel it makes sense in today's economy. They starting at $32,000. They damn sure can run you 44, 45, not 45, but 43, 44. All right. I don't know what you're going to put in that's going to make it go up that high, but you can get it for under 40 grand. 40 grand, you got the top of the line Camry with a whole bunch of stuff. You probably won't even make 40 grand, probably 37, 38. All right. It comes in front wheel drive and all wheel drive. Very important. Okay. 232 horsepower. And that's if you get in the SE. Okay. Now, if you get the all wheel drive SE also, because you can get the front wheel drive or the all wheel drive in both specs, you get 46 miles per gallon city and 46 miles per gallon highway. Who would not want to have a car if you had to drive every single day to your job and your job was 12 miles away from you or whatever? I don't know where it's at. Either way, who would not want to put 89? You even got to put 93 in there. I don't really like 87. But who wouldn't want to put 89 in that car and not drive that car every single day, knowing that very reliable? All right, you're not worrying about breaking down wintertime, summertime, or what have you. And you feel like you could drive forever because of the mileage that it gives you, the comfortability that it gives you. Does it have air ride and all that? No. Is it super duper fancy luxury? No. But is it the vehicle that's not going to leave you stranded? Yes. Toyota Camry. They got a reputation for a reason. Even though I've never liked them, I think they're great cars for today's economics. And also, look at the new specs. They're very cool. Check it out. We'll be right back.
Switch it up.
And we are back. We are back. Once again, I want to say this real quick. Let's handle the business. You can also follow me on YouTube at my other platforms. Mogul Talk 101, right here on YouTube, and also the Fearless Ambition Podcast. You gotta put the THE. The or the, however you like to pronounce it, according to how you feel about yourself. Fearless Ambition Podcast, right here on YouTube. All right. One of them is generated and targeted to business-minded people and just financial conversation to help financial literacy for all of us, for all ages, for all stages of life, for everybody. Okay. The Fearless Ambition Podcast, more trending topics, more discussions about life, more discussions about more things besides cars, golf, and cigars. And that's necessary also. I'm not there for the gossip. We're not talking about people. We're not breaking people down. I don't care about your personal life. I don't care about none of that. I care about what kind of conversations we can have to uplift or educate, or even have a good time talking about something that might be entertaining. And that's what that channel is for. Now, let's get back to the very last one on my list. Like I said, none of these are top 1 or top 5. It's just a list. And it's had to go on the list because it cannot never make, this should make everybody's common sense. This just makes sense, but it still is a cool car and has always been a cool car. Even though I've never owned one, I always wanted one, but I never bought one. The 2025 Honda Accord. I personally would go back and buy probably the 2003 or 2005 Honda Accord Coupe. That's probably what I would do. But the 2025 Honda Accord, you can't get away from it. It is the number one selling vehicle besides Ford, the Ford F-150 in this country. It has to be. Challenge me. Tell me I'm wrong. No other cars have sold in this country more than the Ford F-150 pickup truck and the Honda Accord. Mercedes haven't sold more. BMW haven't sold more. Okay? This country drives Honda Accords and F-150s. Okay? The Honda Accord, 2025, and it's still a deal. Starting at 30, topping off at 40. That's still a deal for everything that this car gives you. Now let's really get into it. Full front-wheel drive only. Now, some people may have an issue with that. This car does not come in all-wheel drive. It does not come in rear-wheel drive, which is good. Front-wheel drive only, and it does not come in, like I said, it does not come in all-wheel drive. Honda Accord does not make an all-wheel drive vehicle. But let's get into it. You can get two engines, though, for the 2025. You can get the 1.5 turbocharged engine, or you can get the 2.0 hybrid. So if you get the 1.5, you basically get 192 horsepower. If you get the 2.0 hybrid, you get 204 horsepower. Now, this is where it separates itself from everybody else. We're not just talking about the specs. The specs, the specs is basically equivalent to the Camry. There's nothing out of this world about the entertainment system in it, this, that, and the third. They always had good speakers and they always had good equalizer. I mean, it's not gonna wow you with all the luxury inside. It should be that way. It's not gonna wow you with all that. But what it wows you with is the reliability and the fact of anything breaks on this car, you can afford to fix it. You can afford to fix it. You can't afford, you're not going into the dealership or you're not going into your mechanic and having a nervous breakdown by the time they call you back and tell you about the bill, and not just the bill, but the labor charge. Because the damn part, I guarantee you, is $102, but the labor is $600. I don't understand that. But either way, this is not a car that hurts your family's pockets or hurts your pockets. It's a car that you can drive forever. People normally give their Honda Accords that they keep and their Toyota Camrys that they keep down to their kids. And they bought them when their kids were kids. And they give it to them when their kids are grown kids, like 20. And be like, you can take that Honda Accord. I had it for 17 years. It's still running. But what separates it is the MPGs. If you get the 1.5 engine, turbocharged, you still get 29 miles per gallon city and 37 miles per gallon highway. But now, let's just say we go all in. We get the EXL. Big boy, top of the line, Honda Accord. 2.0 hybrid. Everything in it. All the lights and whistles. This is what separates it and makes it cool and makes it make sense. The 2.0 hybrid gets 46 miles per gallon city and 41 miles per gallon highway. I'm done. You can get in this car and drive forever. Go past gas stations like whoosh, 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 whoosh. You'll be looking at that needle like, I should be stopping for gas soon. No, I'm still at a full tank. I already did about 150 miles, and I only moved. Okay, I did 100. Wow. Two hours later, you still like this. You know what I'm saying? But here it is right here. Here's the Honda Accord. Check it out. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm saying please and thank you up front for all the people that have and all the people that will. And the biggest thing about it, if you enjoy any content, not just from me, but anybody on YouTube, share it with somebody. Tell somebody. Let somebody else know that this is what you on right now. And they should get on it with you as well, because you found education in it, you found entertainment in it, you found a reason to watch and a reason to be engaged. So, until then, this is Cars, this is Golf, and you already know, Cigars. I'm your man, Kadon Sterling, and I'll see y'all on the next one.